The 2017 South Florida Open presented by Dynamic Disc continues here on Saturday afternoon. This is round 3 action taking place at Commons Park in West Palm Beach, Florida. Thunder Schultz, Austin Turner, along with Chris Dickerson, Nicholas Masters, and Coby Guice all on the lead card. This is the final PDGA A-Tier of the year. We're here on hole number 1 for this 19-hole layout. Chris Dickerson is your leader, sitting at 27 under par. And he's going to attack hole 1 at 414 feet. Dickerson distanced himself a little bit more during the second round, which was held at this same park, same layout, earlier this same day. Nicholas Masters, who sits at 22 under par, 5 behind the leader. And Discmania's own Thunder Schultz is 1 behind Masters, sitting at 21 under par. Austin Turner had a great second round that pushed him onto the lead card. We're substituting the lefty Zach Melton for now the lefty Austin Turner. Austin representing Team Discraft. And just holding on to that 5th spot in a tie with Austin is Dynamic Disc own Coby Guice. Not quite the park job he had during round 2. And a solid bid by Guice. Nicholas Masters says, I can do that as well. Unfortunately, not quite the adjustment. You see a little bit of the wind on the flag. And even with a tailwind, it looked like that actually lifted on Turner, which is a little bit backwards from what you would expect. And he's gone deep and found himself OB, and that somehow slides out on the high right side for Chris Dickerson. And Turner's going to open up with a bogey here on hole number 1 after going OB on that putt. Thunder Schultz is ready to get down to business. Everyone else is thrown already, and Thunder's going to card the birdie. Again, they played here earlier in the morning. Had a quick lunch break, came back out for this round. This is the 3rd of 4 rounds as they wrap up at Okahili on Sunday. Ooh, elevator going down. Let's move on to hole 2. Thunder Schultz takes the honors here. Hole 2 coming in at nearly 400 feet. It's going to play a little bit further than probably the distance states as it finishes uphill. And a power forehand here by Dickerson. He hit the tree during the previous round, so making an adjustment, trying to take that tree out of play by going out into the left of it. You see the second card off in the distance there, teeing on the next hole. And Coby looks like that's pretty much what you want to do here. Needed a little bit more to the right. Turner's got plenty of room being the lefty here. He's going to be fighting the wind, but he doesn't quite get it up high enough. And again, although there's a little bit of a crosswind that might have lifted, and Turner frustrated as he's behind that tree. Not a real clean look. Looks like these guys might be suffering from a little lunchtime hangover here. And the wind picks up there as Dickerson's going for birdie, and just nothing's going to fall in. I believe half the tournament went over to think it was Bob's chicken? I don't know. There was a whole bunch. Most of this crew over there getting the lunch. As I said, maybe a little hangover lunch from the chicken shack. Nobody trying to do anything impressive here on hole 2. We'll see what we can make happen as we move on to 3. Thunder Schultz retains the honors here on this 348-foot hole number 3, a par 3. Holes 2, 3, and 4 don't really have water that come into play. This one is perched on top of a small hill, so certainly angles can come into play. Unless you're throwing both your drive or a putter approach. And you hear that wind picking up. It's the most wind we've felt. Relatively calm in the opening round at Okehele. Still pretty calm during the morning round here at Commons Park. And Austin's able to go out with a wide hyzer that doesn't come all the way back to the pin. He might be in a good spot. Thunder with the single clap. That's become one of his tells when it wasn't his best effort. Now, a couple holes in, and we've seen Chris Dickerson's putter not quite as hot as we're used to. I'm supposed to step on ants. Turner. I think that's what he was. I think there were some ants running by. He stepped on him there. Meanwhile, Coby cards the birdie. First one we've seen since Thunder took the birdie on hole number 1. We're going to have to see if maybe this group can get a little momentum going. I don't know if there's an attitude adjustment that needs, but hopefully they can get on track. It's been a gorgeous couple of rounds out here. Hopefully we're going to see a few more birdies come into play. We're moving on to the next one. We're going to move over to the par 4, hole number 4. Whoa. For a moment there, I thought the disc had shattered. And for the second round in a row, I'm going to see Thunder Schultz go with a roller. This time I can actually see the disc off in a distance. And the pin is located way out there. This coming in just over 500 feet. In the morning round, we watched Dickerson just unleash a monster drive. And that looks like nearly a carbon copy of it. Nicholas had hit the tree on the right side. Today, this afternoon, I should say, makes a great adjustment. Get a little peek at the pin there again. And the lefty forehand there by Turner. Not afraid to bust out the sidearm action. Coby with a great looking angle. Just a matter of if he's going to be short or not. He appeared to be short. This is a par 4. I believe the only par 4 listed on the course. This is also a 19-hole course that comes into play. And Thunder doing exactly what we saw the previous round. Threw a roller out to that side, threw an approach, and Dickerson also almost exact duplicate. Coby gives it a bid, but not quite enough. Thunder's going to card the birdie. conversation taking place whether or not I think somebody has eagled this with a 2. I certainly could see that happening. The huge drive or a long putt. Dickerson, each round had a look at it from a long distance. All dropping for the birdies. Let's go find some water on hole 5. So Coby, being the only competitor left out of the birdie party, we see Thunder Schultz going wide, but still finding the fat part of the green on his drive. 357 feet. Chris Dickerson nearly matches that shot. Trying to stay away from the OB water. And not as much power out of Masters. Easily clearing the water. And an aggressive play here by Turner. What trust he has in that forehand, playing that out over the water. Him being the lefty backhander, he can basically play safe the entire way to the pin, but instead he goes with the forehand, and Coby trying to ring it up in 1. Masters with a little tickle of the chain. Dickerson also just not enough. He's sitting on that comfortable lead, but doesn't look like he's bringing the heat during this 3rd round. Coby's got to look at birdie. Barely squeaks it in. Great drive that went just past the basket. This is an easy birdie here for Turner. And eesh, Turner's wiping off his hand, maybe a little humidity. Although I wasn't feeling it. Him being a North Carolina boy, I wasn't feeling any humidity, but sometimes your grip can be just a little wrong. Easy tap in there. Or not. A little too stiff. Hole 6, 309 feet. And Coby wants to flirt with that OB found on that right side. Anything over the cart path or the sidewalk, cart path, small road, service drive, whatever you want to call it, that is OB. If you find yourself going over it and after skipping off of it, Dickerson is going to be out of bounds. However, he did go out really close to the pin. And Nicholas almost rings it up in 1. And the lefty Turner making a good-looking drive there. We saw Zach Melton lift it a little high, find himself OB. Turner, however, taking the easy birdie. Like I said, Coby way down there near the OB, but he is safe and he is taking the 2. And little pro tip at home, Thunder Schultz not out of bounds there. However, if you are within 1 meter of an OB area, you're welcome to bring it up to the full 1 meter inbound. So, although he looked to be about a half a meter from the OB, you can bring it in that 1 full meter. And Dickerson's going to save the par here after he went OB. And Nicholas with a very easy tap in for the birdie. Coby during the opening round was very aggressive with this shot. And even more so actually this round. He was the only birdie during round number 2. He's put himself in a great position here during the 3rd round. It's very easy to find our players moving off to the left. This is a tough hole to be running at. Coby's shot was quite brave. And Nicholas needs that just to hook up a little bit. And he can't tell from throwing that he was in fact ultimately out of bounds. He doesn't know that for a fact. We'll see that he is, but he did not know that at the time. It looked to be a good shot. And Dickerson, the only par from the previous hole, finds himself almost exactly where he was during the 2nd round. So Nicholas Masters goes to this tee and throws a provisional shot. I should say it's the same tee. He's throwing a provisional, assuming that he is out of bounds. Turner, I think the previous hole proved you had a little too much power, buddy.
Probably rolled it.
I'll say you're good right there where you're at.
Yeah.
So ultimately, the group decides that he had hit inbounds and then rolled out of bounds. So the shot that he threw from the tee on the 2nd one did not count. That's why you throw a provisional. Dickerson's going to have a little bit of a run here. He's a little closer than he was the previous round, but again, just barely off his mark. So Nicholas has this to save the par, and he's going to walk away with a 3. Dickerson's going to walk away with a 3. Little rocket leg kick there by Turner. And we're going to tap in and we're going to find more water on the next hole. Coby having hole number 7 dialed in today. He's 2 for 2 in taking the birdies on that previous hole. Takes the honors on hole number 8. I'm not going to lie, this is one of the toughest holes for some reason to be able to track a disc on this hole when it's up in the air. Especially when Thunder Schultz goes with the high hyzer that I wasn't expecting there. And nonchalant Nicholas puts it on the green somewhere. I can't see it. Turner with the power forehand. I think the wind is aiding in that decision. And again, going a little wider and higher than I was expecting, making that one really tough to follow. Talked about in the previous round, not quite enough thrust power. I'm not sure, but we might be 8 for 8 on Dickerson getting chain or some kind of metal on a birdie putt, but just not getting him to drop. I already know my stats are wrong. You don't have to tell me. That's why I just keep making them up. But Nicholas, he's going to take the birdie too. Turner struggling with that basket. And Thunder quietly walking up, taking the birdie. Beautiful shot. High hyzer route there by Thunder Schultz. 342 feet here for hole number 9. Nicholas Masters is going to keep it a little bit tighter. Looks to be a great result. Coby turned this one over during the previous round with his forehand. He makes a great adjustment here. Beefs up the stability. The path on the left on this particular hole is not out of bounds. So you can be left of the path. You really just need to keep it out of the water. That's your top concern. And favorable skip, or non-skip, I should say, there by Turner. Dickerson played off the sidewalk. That'll work. Solid putt by Coby. Coby considers this one of his home courses. He lives not too far from here. Thunder Schultz making quick work of the birdie opportunity. Austin does not let up on the power, even after almost knocking over that basket a few holes ago on the short putt. Dickerson very methodical with his routines. And there it is. Plenty of chain for the birdie too. I'm going to bring you guys the front 10 holes, and then the back half of the course will be on the back 9. But another birdie, that's a star frame. Everybody birdies on the previous hole. 381-foot hole number 10. If you do not get far enough left of the path, you are in fact OB on this hole. So you need to be left of the path, and if you're not, you go to a drop zone. Coby playing it lower and a little more direct than the previous 2 throws. Turner's lining up another forehand. I'm not sure he loved it. And Dickerson hoping to turn things around a little bit. Letting his lead... Well, he's somewhat jeopardizing it here by not getting things going. That was from the drop zone after going OB. And Turner just doesn't have a look from that position. It's a tough place to be. Coby also having to go from the drop zone. You feel the wind is picking up. The flag is blowing consistently, and that's another birdie there for Dickerson. Enjoying a great Saturday afternoon out on the course. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you're enjoying the action. This is the 3rd of 4 rounds of the South Florida Open, presented by Dynamic Disc. Share, like, subscribe, support via Patreon if you wish. No matter what, thanks for being here. Let's get to the back 9.